Hello everyone, this is Michelle Patterson with Angel Souls, and this is your March 2015 Angel Oracle card reading. And for this month, I'm going to be using the Healing with the Fairies Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. And then I will also pull a card from the Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle cards, also by Doreen Virtue. So stay tuned. Hi there, Sagittarius. Let's see what's coming up for you for March 2015. I just want to shuffle for a little bit longer. I've been trying to remember to tell everybody this is very much a month where the angels, the number one thing they're telling everybody is make sure you are rooted. This can be one of those months where you have the best month of your life, or you just have the most annoying month of your life. It depends on how prepared you get. All right, this does not mean that it's going to be a tumultuous month or anything like that. If you're grounded and you accept in things that are showing up as a test for you, maybe, or showing up to let you be more cognizant of something that you need to let go of. If you don't resist that, and you're very rooted and very grounded, this could be an immense month of release and testing you in. Some of you are going to be very, very happy by the end of the month because you're going to have maybe some things thrown at you, and you get to the end of the month and you're like, wow, I got through that like a champ. Look at what I'm made of. All right, you know. All right. So let's see what kind of cards we got going on here. I just shuffled this deck and I just got done with the Libra reading, and you guys got the same health card, but we will get to that here in a second. So your cards are lining up like visualization, parenting and children. Okay. Now, if you don't have children, that could be your inner child as well. Beauty and quiet time. Okay. All right, so there's a story happening. There are a couple of different stories happening depending on what kind of group you're in. If you're somebody who, let's say you have children, okay, you're going to start, they're saying, identifying with that a little bit more. For some of you, your children are getting to an age that is sparking something in, I would even say like your DNA. I don't know, is that okay to say that? Deep within you, okay, within your structure. It's sparking memories of you at that age. And for some of you, this could bring up a lot of pain, okay? Whatever happened, like let's say your child is now 8 years old, and when you were 8, you lost a grandparent or something like that, and you remember that being just so extraordinarily painful. This is going to spark some healing in you. March is a huge healing month. Okay, so whatever comes up to the surface, don't suppress it. Let it come out. Cry if you have to. Do your thing. All right. And yet, there's another group of you that, with children, if you don't have children, hang with me here, okay? With children, and say it clear, please. You start identifying as a guide for that child. This is weird. And this is going to bring up some insecurities for some of you. All right, so I think what they're getting at is some parents out there, you might have things coming up this month where you just feel like, I don't know what to do with my kid. I don't know, am I a good parent? You're questioning. And they're saying, don't do that. There's beauty in your approach. There's beauty in you as a being. You would not have been chosen as the parent of that child if you could not handle it. All right? And kids, you know, they start getting their own personality, their own attitude, you know, or for some of you out there, I know you have teenagers that you're very concerned about, all right? But just know the angels are there to help you. You got to call them in, all right? Metatron for kids, Gabriel for babies, if you're having some concerns around conception or even an actual baby, all right? But whatever you think that teenager, that child needs, call in the angels and ask them to surround that child, okay? Now, the story is also playing out for a third set of you, which is deep inner child healing. We all like to toss that around. I think people get very numb to hearing that. Oh, inner child healing, because we toss it around all the time. But so many of us came into this world under tumultuous circumstances. You know, everybody has a story from their childhood. And if you had a beautiful childhood, wow, give thanks for that. All right, if you did not have a beautiful childhood, or there's something going on with your inner child, that connection, between you, your innocence, and the divine, this is the month you look at that. This is the month you look at it. Okay, so let's go through the cards. The visualization. You could manifest this month, right? But it feels like the visualization is more there. Again, it's a big healing kind of theme. So it's more there to let you see what is good and not wallow in what you perceive as bad. And even those bad situations, you have to give thanks to those souls that came in and taught you those lessons, because you wouldn't be who you are right now if you didn't have those lessons. All right, that boss that you can't stand, they gave you strength. They helped you figure out how to find your inner power. Okay, as we'll see, your inner authority. So visualization will help bring you into a higher vibration, and that's what they're intending this message to be. Use that to get you to rise up a little bit. Okay, parenting and children. Okay, we already kind of went through that. We explained that. So there might be some issues coming up this month around children, around your capabilities as a parent. Again, some of you, I'm coming back to some of you who are parents who feel like you're not doing a good job. You need to go back and look at how you were raised, because that might be what you're trying to pass along to your child, and that kind of parenting is not going to work in this day and age. It's a different time, it's a different energy. We have different concerns in this world. Okay, so there are some other things that you need to take into account, but there is beauty in your journey. Okay, again, so no beating yourselves up, no swirling in the negativity and being like, whatever's going on in your world. It doesn't have to just be with parenting and children, although that's a big theme for this month. For some of you, this is finding your inner beauty, your inner strength. That weekly reading I did a couple of weeks ago, and what was that, beginning of February or something like that, was all about embracing beauty in all of its forms and truly learning how to see the soul in somebody. I just did this last night. I was watching some videos on YouTube, and I had this weird moment where suddenly it was like, it's so strange, but hang with me. It was almost like the person was like a puppet, and I could actually see the soul inside of them, and I could feel their soul. And I've always kind of had that ability, but this was like really like profound. Like I could really feel the difference, and I could plainly see the character they were playing, but feel the beautiful soul inside. Try to get to that place, because it's a cool place to be. You start taking on a whole new viewpoint of the world and the people who are in this world with you. And I mean, I don't want to lean on cliches here, but you really do start seeing the beauty in all the characters and what they're here for, what they're here to do, what they're here to teach you, and what you're here to teach them. But again, let me say it one more time. Beauty in all things. Beauty in your journey. Beauty in your surroundings. Okay, and of course you can lean on Jophiel. Jophiel is all about the beauty and seeing the beauty in your situation or in your environment. We gotta hang with this. The reason why I'm pausing here, they're putting all these images in my head of people who, I'm sorry, we're gonna go back to teenagers. If you're a teenager watching this, if you're being bullied because somebody says that you're not beautiful, well, first of all, don't give up. You're loved. You know you're loved. You have to know that. If you're like, no, I'm not, ask the angels to come in and show you how loved you are. And then don't crowd them out with your negativity. Stay open, stay pure, and let them flow in and show you just how loved you are. There's a reason why you incarnated, and this is for everybody, the way you did with your physicality, no matter what expression that is. That is your soul's chosen physical expression. And you are here to not only learn those lessons, but to give some of that wisdom out to other people. Okay? So this isn't about you coming out of the bullying and being like, oh, look at me, I overcame. It's about not listening to the negativity, finding the beauty within yourself, and just being confident in that beauty and letting it shine out. I'll use myself as an example. I was, my whole life, I was always the fat, ugly girl. And people liked me, they gravitated towards me, but I'd get picked on every once in a while. And I went through a whole lot of healing. So if you are a young person, don't wait until you're my age to figure this stuff out. Do it now, okay? You're in the right energy, you're in the right time to figure it out a little bit sooner. But it took me into my 30s before I just kind of snapped out of it and started doing my spiritual growth, going, wait a minute, why did I allow people to tell me who I am and what's beautiful and what's not beautiful? And then I started to appreciate myself, and other people started to follow. And I don't want to get into it too much here, but that is the important thing. You have to love and accept yourself. When you have self-respect, no one's going to mess with you. All right. So if you're in that low energy space where you feel like you're getting kicked in, I've been there. Okay. You feel like you're getting kicked in. It's really hard to come out of it. Just know that you don't have to stay there. You have all the inner authority. You have all the beauty and strength to come out and embrace that within yourself. And if you need help, you need a community to help you through that. Okay. And tell your friends about this too, even if they're not Sagittarians. Okay. It doesn't matter. Tell all your friends, because, there's beauty in everybody. All right. I don't want to keep pounding that, but you can overcome this. You can absolutely rise above this. All right. Sorry. I was trying not to lean on cliches, and there was one, but whatever. The way you can do this, you have to discover yourself. So you have to be in quiet time. So no matter what your situation is, if you're sitting there going, Michelle, I'm not being bullied. What are we even talking about? There's somewhere in your life where you don't feel good enough. And if you've been avoiding it, it's going to come up in March. We're letting you know now, okay? You need to spend quiet time with yourself, apart from other people's opinions. And again, let this be the month that you tune into the angels, like heavily tune into the angels and say, please show me how loved I am. Please show me how beautiful I am. Please let me see it. And I think you'll be very surprised at what happens, because it won't come from other people. It doesn't go outside in. That's not how that goes. Okay, and again, I know that firsthand. You start feeling good about yourself, and now your frequency is raised, and now beautiful things start happening all around you, and then people start to recognize your light. And that's essentially what you're doing. You're going to spend some time meditating and finding that light and bringing it to the surface. Okay, again, it does not matter how old you are. If you're in that phase of life where you feel like, I don't know what's next, I don't know what I'm supposed to be creating for myself, you find it. You find the light within you and shine it out. Okay, so the health card that we have, Inner Authority, and the prayer, your mantra for this month is, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for supporting me as I take back my power and listen to my intuition, desires, and feelings. Get back in tune with you. Make it your assignment every single day. Okay, guys? I love you so much. Have a beautiful month. Take care.